Good evening, everybody. My name is Marcus Lapsa, and welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV. First of all, can I ask everybody to share? Share to everybody. Let's get Spiritual Psychics TV out to some new people. And if you put a comment, say, oh, please say where you're from. Hopefully, we're going to have a good evening tonight. Well, no, not hopefully. We are going to have a good evening tonight. As we go forward, I'm going to do a bit of a mixture of things. We're going to be a little bit of chatting, a little bit of question and answers, and some mediumship as well. So if anybody can start saying hello, I can see the images is slowed down. I don't know if everybody. Hello, Phyllis Dalton. Hello, blessings. Blessings is the name of someone that I saw today, to be honest. Good evening, Mandy. Nice to see you. Where are you from, Mandy? Oh, I love the emojis. Shian, hello. Please say where you're from. Please say where you're from. And don't forget to share. Kuri. Is that Kuri? Am I pronouncing that right? That's a lovely picture, isn't it? Sue, good evening. Oh, lots of butterflies there. Or papillon, if you're French. Hi, Arlene. Arlene Clark, good evening. Florida, some of our American friends. I love our American friends. Good evening. Lovely to see you, Valerie. Paula, from Ireland. What part of Ireland, though? There's Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland. Krish, Pillay. Hello, Marcus and Richard and the rest of my SBTV family. Shan, watching from Iowa, Nebraska. Oh, lovely. I wonder what time it is out there. Hello, Terry. Long time no speak, long time no see. Lovely photo. I don't know where that photo is from. But she's in Cyprus. Oh, God, how the other half live, Richard, eh? How the other half live, eh? Holiday since Mary Butcher. Portsmouth, lovely place, isn't it? Lovely place. And another Portsmouth. Two of them. Oh, I can't quite see the Native American Indian there. Rebecca Wolf. Yeah, hello, Rebecca. Jacqueline. Oh, Belfast. Oh, can I put my Belfast accent on, Richard? Come on in, you know, I'll have a cup of tea there. I love Belfast. I love the Belfast accent. I love it. Kerry, even from sunny Scotland. Is it sunny up there? Oh, I'm from Wales originally, and it's always raining there. Birmingham, Joanne. Hello, Joanne. Big hi from Birmingham. I'm only down the road, down the A45. Girona, Spain. Mome. Good evening. Right, I need a couple of questions as well. Because I'm here to do some readings, and I'm here to do a little bit of no-nonsense chat, to be honest with you. Because quite often, visiting my family last year, do wish other authors with us, though. Oh, you poor soul. There you are, visiting your family in sunny Cyprus, Canada. Hello, Steve. And there's Terry out there. I bet she's out on the veranda there. Oh, a Welsh Paddy. Hello. Siddiqui. Welsh Paddy is some funny mix, especially for the rugby, isn't it? Zimbabwe. Oh, good evening, Carol. Hopefully I'm going to go to Zimbabwe soon. Good evening, Millie B. CA. Where's CA? California. Oh, hello, Kelsey Jade DeConin. Yeah, lovely to see you. Somebody fire up a question. Norwich, lovely place. Norwich is quite flat over there, though, isn't it? If you're driving in the good evening, John. If you're over in Norwich and Lincoln Way, if you're driving in the country, all of a sudden God puts the light out about 6 o'clock, and it's dark as anything. Michaela, do you believe that a certain individual choosing to connect to spirit? No, I don't. I don't believe a certain individual has chosen to connect to spirit. I think we all connect to spirit. It's only the fact that quite often we miss the signals, or we have it talked out of us as a child, that we don't. It's a natural thing, Michaela. It's a natural thing. And quite often A lot of people don't realize they're connecting to spirit. If you're brought up within the spiritualist movement, it's quite an easy, it's quite an easy ride, isn't it? But if you're not, and then all of a sudden your abilities, your psychic, mediumistic abilities, bubble away, and quite often, if you start developing them, then you'll automatically start to realize how you've been using them in your normal life, because it's normal, it's natural. So I don't believe anybody's chosen as such. It's up to us to develop it. Good question. No, that was really good question. Jack. Oh, all of a sudden I've got a Jack here. So I don't know who Jack is for at the moment, but some Jack just come in and he said, "Oh, are you sure?" That's what he just said to me. He said in my ear, "Are you sure?" Yes. Jack was 65, by the way, when he passed. He said, "Yeah, I only had 4 months. This Jack, if somebody can take Jack, but somebody also fire another question someone just said. Jack was 65 when he passed, and he was 4 months into his retirement, so it was quite a few years ago, because people used to retire at the age of 65. So someone could take a Jack. And is there any more? Oh, I can't even speak. Jack for me. Was he 65, Momi? He's got... Okay. Momi, you got to tell me if he's 65. And he was only retired for 4 months. For whenever he retired, he passed. So if that doesn't fit in, we were somehow. How long is it the spirit will come through after the person is back? Oh God, that's a big one, Carol. I can remember doing a service in Parkside Spiritualist Church. The service started at 3, so by the time the mediumship part was on, it was maybe about 3:45. It was my first link, and I gave a guy's name out, and he'd only passed sort of in the morning. So, sort of obviously it proved survival, because the person came up and told me. So that quick. And sometimes, I mean, I've been a working medium, since 1985, and I've had one little bit of information from my grandmother. So, and that was only a couple of weeks ago. So, it can be instantaneous, or fairly instantaneous. And let's be honest, we know that people, when they pass, they come to their family members, and the family members see them. So hopefully that answers that question. Oh, this Jack, this Jack's, Oh God, it is 65, grandfather Jack. You shouldn't have told me that, Momi, but never mind. Don't tell me anything, okay? Because what he's doing, he's putting some pains on my chest, and I'm not saying that he passed with a heart attack, because he hasn't told me. All he's done is put pains on my chest. And hopefully tonight as well, anybody that's out there developing, I'm gonna show you a couple of pointers of how spirit sends signals, and quite often we miss them. Now, he put a pain on my chest, and usually a lot of mediums will jump in and say, "Oh, that was heart attack, this was this, that, and the other." But the thing is, Momi, he did suffer with his chest, and he suffered with his breathing. And when you get that little breathing, and you get and you're breathing out and you get a bit of a rattle. He's also telling me you should be able to take 2 birthdays in June, an anniversary of a lady's passing in July, and that would be July. Come on, Jack, for goodness sake, you can count. July the 25th. Okay, so that's a lady's passing. And now what I did there, because he was using the clairsentient side of my nature, and I got all part of the information from my chest, and then he told me something, then I knew I could use my clairaudient faculty. Yeah, he suffered with the chest. Thank you for that, Mo. It's good to get the feedback as well. And then he started talking to me. And then he just gave me the June and the July and the lady, and I fired a question. But the thing is, quite often when we fire a question to spirit, for example, I said to Jack, I said, how tall were you? And his answer to how tall he was, I also suffered with my hips. So the thing is, quite often when we communicating, we will fire a question, but we mustn't miss the signal that they send back to us. It's not for us to determine the communications, it's up for them. Sometimes they answer, and sometimes they give us other information. So Momay, I need to know that he also suffered with his hips, and he's making me just bounce about a bit. And there's also someone, Momay, this side, that suffers. Yes, Birth Angel. Oh, good, thank you. And Momay, there's also someone this side, and he's just made me close my eyes. Now, that's the clairsentient side of my nature he's using. He said, just close your eyes, is because there's someone that suffers with a pain inside the left knee, and quite often the way they deal with the pain is by closing their eyes and then just massaging the knee. And that's how he got the information. I nearly missed the signal of closing the eyes, because that's what we can do anyway. And now what he's doing, he's making me touch my left ear, and this is symbolic, Momay, of that your ears are burning because there's someone doing a little bit of gossip around you, and you know about it, Momay, and it's, although you're putting a brave face on it, it is getting to you a little bit emotionally. It is getting to you a little bit emotionally. And the thing is, he's come close, and he's just wants me to, again, he's using the clairsentient side of my nature to push my chest out, as if to say, I haven't got the problem now. I haven't got the problem. And he's just making me, oh, yeah, here's Bernard, thank you very much. He says, I haven't got the problem now. And now he's just saying, pull back, pull back. And he that's the words he used, pull back. And that's to do with the situation you're in at this present time and moment, Momay. He's just saying, pull back from the situation, and you'll see. And you know that song now, I can hear someone singing, I can see clearly now. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And there's also a memory of someone having an umbrella, you know, where the wind blows it and it goes inside out. He's just shown me that, and he's just saying better weather's on the way. I hope you can take that, Mo. And I'll leave that with you. Again, I nearly missed that signal. He just made me scratch behind my left ear and on my head there. And you Momay, you should know someone that that has muscular pain. It's a muscular pain. It's not like discs or this, that, and the others. It's to do with the neck muscles. Thank you for that. And it's as if someone now needs to do some neck exercises. And I'll leave that with you, Mommy. And do you notice what I did with my hand? He made me do that. He's just saying that. Now, there's someone this side that does that and just says, when they can't deal with the situation, they always put their hand out and say, stop, 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 stop. And I'll leave that with you, Momay. Okay? Have we got another question? Another question. Somebody fire a question, please. Oh, wow. Okay. And someone else, I can tell all the things about, oh, well, Joanne. Now, the thing is then, quite often, we see this quite often, that it's like runs parallel. It's as if they want to get two messages across as one. So if you can take all the information, take it, Joanne. But also now, I've just said, if it's for Joanne, because it could be, it might not be, we don't know yet. I'm just going to try to get you a little smidgen of information that you will then know that it's for you, okay? And you should be, yeah, there's a little lady that's just drawn close, and she's scrunched me up a little bit, and she's just, she couldn't get her words out, and she said, I died at the grand old age of 87. So there's an 87-year-old in spirit, and she was saying, I can't tell you what was wrong with me because I had everything wrong with me. My heart was bad. My heart used to flutter. I was on tablets for blood thinners and all this, that, and the other. And she said, I was told that she's saying, because she's showing me the C, C for cancer. But she was saying I was told the other things were going to kill me before the cancer would get me anyway. And so hopefully, Joanne, you might be able to take that lady as well. And if it does, take everything about Jack as well, okay? And also a family birthday in December. And I'll leave that with you. Have we got another question, please? God, they enough giving me some energy now, Mum. Oh, do you see them full body or just in your mind's eye? Well, this is the thing, isn't it, Abby? People say that I see them in the full body, and I can see this person building up behind you. That's why quite often they say, and all they do, and they are seeing it in their mind's eye, but then they are projecting that image as if they are seeing them in the full body, because that is objective clairvoyance as opposed to subjective clairvoyance. Whereas if anybody saw them in the full body, and we all saw them in the full body, that would be materialization. So quite often people say they see them in the full body, but they are seeing them in the mind's eye, and they are projecting that image as if they are seeing them. Because if it was anything else, it would be full materialization. I hope that explains it. And there's subjective and objective clairaudience as well, so hopefully you'll understand it in that way. And when you see them, so whether it's in the mind's eye and you see the image within the mirror of your mind, or you project it, it's the same image. Another question, and I've got a Sue as well. Is there a Sue on tonight? Yeah, because somebody just said Sue, and I thought, is that someone talking? And they said, no, Sue. Oh, yes. I mentioned all the butterflies earlier, didn't I? Or papillon. Can I speak to you, please, Sue? Today I was out doing something, and what they showed me, they made me take a photograph of a white feather. And I'm not really into feathers. But, we get a lot of people saying, Spirit will send me a feather and whatever. And I remember when I lost my sister-in-law. This is just a bit of an explanation, because they're going to make me do the reading from the feather if you can take it. What I need to know, Sue, are you into, have you ever thought that Spirit has sent a message via a feather? That's what I'm asking you. Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Oh, you love white feathers. Well, I don't know if you can see this now. Oh, you're not going to be able to see this. But anyway, I'm going to do your reading off this white feather I took a photograph of. Okay? Because I've got like a background image, so you can't see the feather. You might be able to. But anyway, I'm going to do the reading off the feather. Okay? And I was walking across someone's garden, and they said, take a photograph of that. Take a photograph of that. You're going to use it tonight. And basically, when we look at feathers, we can get so much information out of them. It's just like tea leaves, just like salt and pepper, anything. And the thing is, I can see like a mushroom in there. And where people are into nature, and they're like, sort of like fairies and things of that nature. That's what I'm picking up out of the mushroom. But I can also see a couple of figures in there, and there's 3 strands. And they are telling me the 3 strands are 3 males. So where there's a family of 3 males. I think, and this is my mind cutting in, I think there's 3 brothers in spirit. And somebody's just said yes. So somebody's just stepped in, they said yes. Middle brother died first, the eldest brother died second, and the youngest brother died last. And the thing is, as I'm looking at this feather, I can see this plumage of things. So someone's either got a photograph of a peacock or something of that nature. If you can give me a little bit of feedback, please, Sue. It could be right, could be wrong, doesn't make any difference at the moment, because they showed me this plumage, but then they showed me all the peacock eyes, the feathers with the eye on and everything else. And that should mean something to you as well. And as I'm looking at this feather, there's a lot of detail in there. And don't forget the three brothers, by the way. They're there. And also someone with the first name. I was about to say Christian name, which is your first name, but then someone made me change it to the first name starting with T. And I always tell them, why don't you just give me the name? But they just put T. Now, I've only drunk tea once since 1977, but there was someone this side that likes I can see in the feather here, there's a little bit of foliage behind it where it was on the grass, and I can see that I can see a T in there, but then I still have two brothers still here. Okay. No, these three brothers are in spirit, Sue. I'm not saying they're your brothers. It's a family where three brothers are in spirit. Okay, don't put the blinkers on. But there's someone this side that likes the herbal teas or the green teas, because I can see a little bit of foliage behind this feather a little bit. And also, this is a weird one. Do you know someone that had a pet duck? That's a bit of a weird one. I've had that in the past. I've just been, they just shown me like a downy, the feathers on a, I like those teas. Okay, I think we're on the right lines now. And quite often, Sue, I'm being talked about because they just made me dribble a little bit here. And this was a lady, by the way. This was a lady. She passed. Right. And don't forget, I'm mirror image. She passed and she had problems with the left side. Although she made me dribble at the right side, it was the left side where her face dropped a little bit. So she had some sort of mini stroke or something that she'd lost the feeling this side, and they used to dribble. And she's also saying there were two ladies, and she called them ladies. There were two ladies at my bedside when I passed. And that's what she's just said. You should also be able to link with a birthday on the 4th of January. Oh, yes, her face. Okay. 4th of January is a birthday. There's an anniversary of her passing 5 days after Christmas, I've just been told, which is the 30th. So 30th of December, they haven't told me whether it's male or female, 30th of December, and the birth weight is 7 pound 1 ounce. I don't know where that is. They just told me a birth weight is 7 pound 1 ounce. And there's someone this side that has terrible nasal problems as well. Sinus problems, sinus problems, and they suffer. Yes, two ladies were there when she passed. Oh, bless her. She's lovely, by the way. It's easy for a medium, isn't it, to say they're lovely, but she was. She really, really was. The way in which she's she's laughing. You can check this out. You can check this out too, because what she's done now, she's saying someone was stroking the left hand, and I think the other person was stroking the right hand, and it's as if she was like that, and then they caught each other, and then one of them stopped stroking the hand. You tried to find that. Oh, you have sinus problems. Okay, so try to find that out about there, because she's got a lovely bit of humour as well, and she's saying, Oh yeah, more than a fantastic person. So she was one of the genuine ones. She had a lovely, lovely heart. Lovely heart. She said, yeah, but it was too weak. She said, um, you know, oh, people used to say, oh, you were stroking a hand. Oh, bless you, bless you. Well, I'll tell you now then, he wasn't just stroking it. Now and again, what you were doing, you might have been stroking it like that, but now and again you were doing it with one finger. That's what she's just, because that's the feeling that she's given me. The hand was being stroked, and then it was just as if it was one finger. So hopefully that was you. Okay. Anyway, she's, will you move out? I haven't got a clue. How do I know? How do I know? You'll move out if you put in for an offer and you get one. Oh, so I'm a medium. I'm teasing you a bit. I haven't got a clue. So it's not what I do. I link with spirit. And will you move house? You will if you buy another one and you move out. So sorry, dear, I'm not trying to be facetious, but yeah, I'm being honest. Your heart was so big, it was one who didn't explode. That's right. Yeah, you're right there. So, and I'll leave that with you, okay? And you know, I can send this picture. I can send this picture of this feather maybe to. Well, what I'll do, I'll post it on the VIP lounge page on SBTV. So, you know, if you're a VIP on SBTV, you'll be able to see it, okay? And have we got another question, please, Richard? I don't know if anybody just noticed what I did with my head. That's the other contact. Another medium told me I'll be opening up. Clear audience right now. I'm more of a feeler, if that makes sense. Any tips to open up and develop more? Xian. Right then, yes, the terminology within this movement is absolutely terrible. Terrible. Opening up. What do you mean opening up? Open up, I'm open up. Clear audience right now, and I'm more of a feeler. Right, more of a feeler means a clear sensing side. So when you get those feelings, you might get like I've had a bit of a pain on my chest. That was the clear sensing side. They make me do things, and you feel or whatever. Clairaudience is these sound patterns. Now, clairaudience can sound like your own voice in your own head. Okay, as about this opening up and closing down, all you're saying really is, I'm working with you now. I'm not working with you now. Now, I'm not foo-fooing a lot of the development that goes on, and people say you should open up and you should close down and whatever. I'm not foo-fooing that. If that works for you, that works for you. All I would say is, all you need, Xian, is a little bit of discipline, okay? If you're going to work mediumistically or psychically, then make a conscious decision to say, I'm starting to work at this time. I'm going to stop working at this time. So technically, that if you want to call it opening up, closing down, that's fine. People used to say, like, I have to open my chakras and I have to close my chakras. I tell you now, if you close your chakras, you're dead, and your physical phenomena, because they're energy centers. And I hope this explains a little bit, Xian. The terminology, when you say you're a feeler, that's the clear sensing side. What you will notice is, some of the tips I can give you to develop more is to have discipline, is to say to yourself or to spirit, if you get in a spirit link, that's fine. If you're not, and you're working psychically, say to yourself, at this time, I'm going to be receptive, or I'm going to develop my abilities. Then try it and take that step forward, whether it's talking to a friend, whether it's practicing, and then notice the signals that are happening, because you're just saying it's more clairaudience at the moment, but you're more of a feeler. That means that you're getting the sound patterns and then they're giving you a feeling. Well, those feelings are the ultra important parts because they are the signals. Too many people want to see the pictures, which is clairvoyance, or hear the sound patterns with the clairaudience. And what they do, they miss the signals that spirit is sending, or that your own psychic ability is developing. So really just install a little bit of discipline. Notice what's happening to your body every time you're working. So as now, if you notice, they've just made me crunch up a little bit. And I know that's a contact, and I'm explaining something, but it's a contact that's making me crunch up. So if I miss that signal, I wouldn't get the fact whether the person was male or female. But because I noticed the signal, I now know it's a male. I know it's a male. And this man, before he passed, he went a little bit hunched. And I feel that this will be for you, Shian. And this person was a little bit hunched. And you know what they say, as we get older, we shrink a little bit. And that's the feeling this man's given me. But that's because he used the clairsentient side of my nature. He hasn't used the clairaudience side yet. Now, if he does, I can relate that to you. But at the moment now, I'm seeing like, I'm seeing with the clairvoyant faculty, I'm seeing a red rose. Now, he's me that. I'm new to all this. I'm still trying to figure it all out. And I'll have fun with it, Jan. Have fun with it. Don't get tied down by certain people saying, "Oh, you must do this, you must do that," everything else. What you have to do is install discipline and realize that as you're developing your abilities, then you're going to get things wrong. But that's a learning process. That's a learning process. Don't get sort of too tied up with it, but check, and double check. So if you get something and use your audience side, then write it down and then notice the feelings as well. And then write the feelings down, thinking, because usually, like, oh, I've just put my hand down and I've caught the wire on my earphones. Okay. Now, if I wasn't working, I'd just think, oh, that was it. But there's someone this side, Shian, that's clumsy, that knocks things over. Now, tell me if that's right or not, because I was just a bit clumsy, and they made me be a bit clumsy because I'm in. Excuse the terminology. Because I'm working at the moment, I have to notice every single thing. And I've crossed my legs as well. So I don't know if it's you, but someone who sits down when they're either at a workspace, either typing away or on a Zoom call or whatever, they will always cross their legs. And that's what they've made me do. So notice those type of signals. We've got another question, please, Richard. Hopefully you can take that, Shia. Don't forget the shoulders, because they just made me do that again. I've got someone who was absolutely raging alcoholic, and he was a granddad. He's telling me he was an alcoholic, absolutely raging alcoholic. And I don't know why he said raging alcoholic. Hello, Debbie, Deb, my bestie, Deb, bestie, Deb. Me and Deb. Yeah, you know. Hello, Deb. Hey, we got to get together soon, Deb. Deb and I, we work together quite often, and we're gonna do more charity things. Yeah. I thought you were gonna find me a question, Deb. Put me on the spot, really. I'm trying to connect with a shaman teacher in spirit world that is apparently at me. How do I do this, please? Well, Debbie Spencer Evans. Shaman teacher in spirit world, in the spirit world, that is apparently helping me. Okay. If you're trying to contact him, then I would say just leave yourself, be receptive. How do you know he's a shaman teacher? Would be the first question. Why do you need the shaman teacher to develop? Would be our next question. And ultimately, Is it because someone's told you there's a shaman teacher in spirit that's apparently helping you? And if they are, check it out. For why would he be helping you? Is it for a certain part of your development? Do you know anything about shamans? The thing is, quite often when people give us messages or give us information, they say, oh, this person's working with you, or this person, you know, is apparently helping you. Then are you aware that he's helping you? And if you are, what is he doing to help you? So all you have to do is be receptive and set a period of time out to say, I'm here, and if you are connecting, then why do you want to connect? What's the end goal? What can you teach me? And am I at the stage ready to be taught? I hope that helps, Debbie. But, you know, the thing is, quite often with teams in spirit, and I mean not like the teams in the Zoom that we're talking about, for every person that is working with you, if you're a working medium, there'll be a team. And quite often, depending on what stage of development or what ability they want you. I've been told several times at the Spiritualist Church, wow, what, that the shaman teacher is trying to connect with you from a Spiritualist Church? How is that evidence of survival? I've been to the Spiritualist Forum, so I believe it's taken to a high level. Oh, wow. Right. Well, if you believe that, Debbie, all well and good, that's fine. But I don't know what you mean by a higher level. Is that to do with philosophy? Is it to do with healing? Is it to, you know, you've been a spiritual for 45 years, so you will seeing a lot of the change in terminology. Higher level, I don't understand what you mean by a higher level. To me, we're all at one level. We're manifesting in the physical body. There will some people want to say that there are different levels, but to what end? Of understanding and knowledge. Okay, so understanding and knowledge, the understanding and knowledge, is that to do with the philosophy of spiritualism? If you've been going for 45 years, if it is, then it's really sharing that knowledge with others. And ultimately, if you've been told anything in a spiritualist church, it's to do with either to how to live your life spiritually, or if it's the mediumship side of things, then the medium should be proving survival. And that's all our job is as spiritualist mediums. Anything else, talking about people that help you in spirit and everything else, that's a personal thing. And if it is to do with understanding knowledge, but if you've been going, Debbie, if you've been going for 45 years, I would say that if you're not aware of that person at this particular time and moment, I wouldn't get hung up on it. I would just say, just carry on the way you are. If you're looking into the philosophy of spiritualism and the way in which you can grow spiritually, and it's dead easy. It's so simple. If anybody wants to grow spiritually, serve in some way. Do selfless service. That's how you grow spiritually. Use your abilities, use your knowledge, you know, not necessarily spiritual knowledge, use your knowledge of life and how you've grown, and serve in some way. And someone's making me put my left hand in my pocket while I'm talking to you, Debbie. So this would be, you know, this would be a dad figure, this would. I'm not saying it's your dad, but it's a dad figure, because he'd always have his left hand in his pocket with his thumb out. Left hand pocket with his thumb out, and he'd always twiddle his thumb. And he's just made me twiddle my thumbs and just say, you know, if anything said from a spiritualist platform, you do serve. You do serve. Great. That's how you grow spiritually. Say again, sorry, Richard. Okay. Well, if you serve, then that's how you go spiritually, Debbie. I wouldn't get tied up on a shaman teacher in spirit, whether whether there is a shaman teacher there or not. Usually I would say if there is a spiritual teacher, they don't have to tell you who they are, what they are. What they've done it's the message that's important, and it's the ability that they're helping you to grow. So, you know, we put labels on people from spirit and how they work with us to try to, you know, notice the terminology you used about the higher level. I don't subscribe to higher levels, you know. You know, we are where we are, and we manifesting through a physical body. Any information to come from spirit, we have to reason out. Any message that comes from spirit, we have to reason out. We have to install discipline, and we have to say, is that sensible? Does it offend me? Or is it just to make someone look special? So maybe the person who was giving you these messages, they might have seen or felt someone around you. They've put their interpretation on it, and then they've tried to elevate it to say it's a higher level. That's the best I can do with that. Another question. I'm usually more controversial than that, Debbie, but you understand what I'm talking about. Is it possible for your spirit animal to be a spirit guide to another? A spirit animal to be a spirit guide to another. Well, the thing is, Kerry, your spirit animal, you know, a lot of the, especially South American Indians, you know, the Olmecs, the, you know, sort of like would have, and these indigenous peoples of the certain countries would have a spiritual animal. You know, Native American Indians who used to have them, South American more so, and quite often they will have a ceremony for you to be able to link in with your spirit animal. And if you believe that you are, you know, you have got that spirit animal, you know, a lot of people will, you know, have an eagle or a panther or something or whatever, and they've got an affinity, and they might have an affinity with that, then of course spirit guide, what is a spirit guide? You know, we call them guides, you know. People, oh, my spirit guide said this, my spirit guide said that. The thing is, if it's your spiritual animal, I hope I'm connecting right with the question. So your spirit animal is a part of you as opposed to a guide. Well, if you link in to that spirit as we are talking, because it's not a physical, you're not a physical thing, and it is a spiritual part of you. It's how you're interpreting what a guide is, Kerry. That's the crux of this. You've used the word guide a few times. Guide is someone that you think is guiding you through your life or your spiritual pathway. Then again, I don't subscribe to that, because I have personal responsibility. I don't push my personal responsibility onto someone else. Everything I do, my actions, my thoughts, and my deeds are mine. Someone can give advice, and it's up to us whether we take that advice. Guidance, yes, someone can give us guidance, but guiding you, you know, it's up to us. It's up to us. And, you know, if you're linking into a feeling and you feel that that's a positive, and that a guide would have to help you connect. No, a guide doesn't have to help you connect, Kerry. Sorry, guide doesn't have to help you connect. Why does a guide have to help you connect? You know, I don't subscribe to that. A lot of people would, and say, oh, you have to have a, you know, I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, that's good. Hope you do. And I'm, you know, trying to be sensible, because there's a lot of people have an affinity with an animal, and they quite often Especially if you look into it and you research into it, there is that loving connection, and then you get inspired by that way. And in some South American tribes will have ceremonies where they will what we would class as take a hallucination drug and then be part of the spirit animal, and the spirit animal will show them a different dimension. And I think I've dealt with that one. Another one, please. I've also got another contact as well. Right. Okay. Right. I've got a Ronald. And I said I went a little bit lightheaded, to be honest with you. So I thought, oh, I've dealt with that. And this Ronald just went really close to me. I have no clue who my guards are, so it's no good. So it's good to you say this. Oh, spirit of love. I'll tell you now, you don't need to know who your guides are. You don't need guides. You don't need to know who your guides are. It's the message and the information that's important. Okay, so spirit of love, you've made me smile, and yes, I'm with you on that one. I would. Sometimes you will get confirmation of maybe someone that's working with you, but anybody wants to give a name, or I am at this level, or I'm at that level, just leave it go by the side. Anyway, Ronald, I've got a Ronald. Okay, Anna. Good evening, Anna. Shared anything for me, please? My mother, thank you. Love from Portugal. You don't have to. Can I just tell everybody, you don't have to keep on sharing your comments, because quite often, if you're on Facebook and you keep on doing that, they look at it as spam, and then they might take you off. Okay. I knew of Ronnie. What a lovely gentleman, Suzanne. Right. And the thing is, Suzanne, I hope I've got this, because he said his name was Ronald, and obviously he would be known as Ronald. And then I go, is that two I've got now? Right, because three can take a Ronald. Right, which one of them? Which one? Right, Joanne, Ronald. Which one of them he would have been known as Ronnie, but which one of them his mother would never, ever, ever, ever call him Ronnie? Always called him Ronald. Because that's what he's just told me. My granddad Ron. Oh God, there's too many. I thought, all right. Oh God, there's 5 of them. Right, let's get something. Come on, Ron. Come on, Ronnie. I can take one. Oh, what? When he got close to me and he put a bit of pressure on me, and and I thought, oh, I'll be lucky to get one person that can take a Ronald. Anyway. Oh, 6. Right, come on, Ronnie. I've cousin Ron in the spirit. Okay, hold on. Let's see where we go. Right, who this side is broken. Right, this is my left hand. The finger next to the small finger, someone's caught a nail in the last 2 days. That's who I want to link with. So out of the people that can take Ronald, who's caught their nail? Who's just and it hurt a little bit. He's just told me that. I said, oh, caught the nail. Everybody's gone quiet. Now. That sorted it out, didn't it? We'll go for another question if we can't sort that one out. My nan's sister. His sister. Okay, right, Susie, can I talk? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. I just crossed that out as well, Richard. I put Susie there, look. Oh, I just crossed it out because I thought, oh, nobody can take this, so I just crossed it out. All right, Susie. Right. Okay, right, Susie. there is something around you now, because this Ronnie, and his mum used to call him Ronald, by the way, and especially his mum when she used to rule the roost, and she used to use a finger like this, and I feel that either yourself or someone around you uses the finger, or uses the finger like that as well. And he's just drawn close to me, and he's just saying, well, look, when push comes to shove, we really, really, really have to think before we act. That's what he's just said. We really have to think. So there's a situation around you, Susie, where you really need to think before you act, because I think you might jump in with 2 feet a little bit too soon at times. Also, I still have his ashes. My dad came, oh, right, don't tell me anything, Susie. Don't tell me anything, because he might have bought that. There's someone this side that either needs a little bit of work done, either a cavity or something there, and there's also a female this side that's having either some sort of treatment or medication for, God, that's a big long word, endometriosis. And he tripped over that word, endometriosis. So someone's suffering with endometriosis, either some sort of medication or something to do with that. Tried to give me a little bit of feedback. As soon as I say, oh, try to get the feedback, they fire something else at me. And Susie, now and again, you catch the right-hand side. He's just telling me, hopefully this is you. He says you catch the right-hand side of your tongue on your bottom tooth. On your bottom tooth. Or is it your top tooth? I don't know. It's one of the teeth anyway. And hopefully you can take that. Can you take that? And there's also a Jack Russell dog in spirit. It's not the dog that's giving the information. Jack Russell dog. I'm not getting any feedback. Right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's 20-second delay. Yeah, well, I was counting a bit too quick there. And my heart, and they've just shown me. Oh yes, thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. I was waiting for the. I know there's a delay, Susie. You know where? What's that Leonardo DiCaprio film with Kate Winslet? Oh, on the boat. Oh, the Titanic. That's it. Oh God, I'm as thick as 2 short planks at times. You know the song "My Heart Will Go On," Susie. Someone's just singing that. Should me that was there, Ronnie. Okay. The song "My Heart Will Go On" means something, and there's also that was Ronnie's dog. Oh, the Jack Russell. Oh, bless him. He was a nutter. The dog was a nutter. Because soon as I saw that, said he was a nutter, right funny little thing. Used to tickle his belly and he used to wee everywhere. Okay. Right. Yeah, my heart would go on should mean something. And also they've just shown me a coffin. Come on, show me. There's a coffin. I'm not saying this was Ronnie's coffin, Susie, okay, because that'd be mine, mind you. They're just showing me something at the moment. They show me a coffin, and my dad, he did love to say, oh, right, okay. A little uncle bite. Yeah, it was a nutter, wasn't it? But they just showed me a coffin. You know when they have the flowers with the word Dad on? They showed me that, but there was a red rose for every letter. So They had dad, but then there was 3 red roses, and that should mean something. That should mean something. Also, August the 9th should mean something. 9th of August should mean something. The 21st of December is a birthday, and 19 minutes is not even is when a girl was born. I just thought baby girl. They don't usually tell me if it's girl or boy, but they just said baby girl. Okay, baby girl was born. And I'll leave that with you, Susie. Okay, have we got another question, please? Richard? And stop tutting as well, Susie. Stop tutting. You just told me you're tutting about something. So stop it. Stop it, he said. Oh, it's a situation around you that you're tutting about, and you said stop it. Just move on. Move on. 4 years, 4.5 years. Okay, well, if we haven't got another question, I've got another link. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If we do the question, because then I'll work on this link as I'm doing it. Oh wow. My pleasure, Susie. My pleasure. My absolute pleasure, honestly. Can you help me connect with my siblings or any of my group of spirit people? Well, love and light. The thing is, whether I can help you, I can give you a couple of pointers. The thing is, if you're developing your abilities, and especially if you're developing your mediumistic abilities as opposed to your psychic abilities, then all you have to do is put yourself in a situation where you're in a slightly altered state of consciousness, whereas some people do it through meditation, some people do it through water gazing, where they just stare at something, and then just make yourself receptive. With the caveat of saying that I would like to connect to a group of people that will help you connect to your siblings. I would also suggest you maybe go to some sort of development class, guidance class, so you feel comfortable. Personally, I would just sit there, say I'm going to sit for 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to be receptive, just see where the thoughts go through your mind. Don't try to ultra-meditate and clear the mind, just see where your thoughts go. And quite often then you can go into that gentle thinking and notice how they direct your thoughts. And then when you see the signals and you recognize the signals, you will then realize that the way in which they're sending you information might not be what you would class as conventional. You could be sitting there waiting for a picture, and then you might get like a feeling, and then you'll think, ooh, someone I know used to feel like that, or I thought of that person, and see where the thoughts take you. We can all connect to our group of spirit people, and we do on the daily basis. It's just that quite often we miss the signals. You could be put in the washing machine, washing dishes, and your thought patterns have changed, and then just notice where they are and how you're feeling, and that's how you connect to them quite often. Okay, hopefully that answers the question. Have we got another quick question before before I give this contact out? I had my third eye closed twice when I was younger. Does this mean I would still be able to open up. Oh, Stephanie, I don't know what you mean by your third eye closed twice. When I was younger, does this mean I would still need to open up? The problem is, and I'm not going to be trying to be controversial about this. Clairvoyance is an ability. Okay, it's an ability. It's where we see pictures. It's where we see pictures on the mirror of the mind. Yes, you will. And the terminology again, be opening up. I'm assuming you mean that would you be able to use your clairvoyant faculty? That's what I'm interpreting this question as it is. I don't subscribe to a third eye being closed or us having to open it or do this or do that or whatever. Again, that's terminology quite often done by psychics and mediums to make it more mystical. And it's not mystical. This is not mystical. It's normal, everyday stuff. So can you work clairvoyantly? Yes, you can. Just, again, install a little bit of discipline. Notice where your mind takes you. Notice the picture patterns on the mirror of your mind. Interpret them and practice it. Whoever told you you had your third eye closed twice, I don't quite understand that. Maybe you could tell me, but it's the terminology that I'm not au fait with, really. You can't close your third eye. People would say, I open and close my third eye, meaning I'm working and I'm not working. Visualize the light switch. Bump, light switch on, I'm working. Light switch off, I'm not working. That's discipline. Hopefully that answers your question, Stephanie. I'm gonna have to do so. I'm gonna have to do an online thing, because there's so much. Some of these questions, quite often, it shows where someone's using terminology, Stephanie, quite often that we've taken on board. And I always say, when someone plants the seed, quite often it has to grow for us to see the nonsense it is before we pick it out and throw it away. But we've all been there. We've all been there. Right, I've got a guy. I've got a guy in spirit. I'm telling me that he went to 4.5 years in jail. 4.5. He said, I only did 3, but I was sentenced. He was sentenced for 4.5 years in jail. It's not, so can anybody link with that? If not, we'll deal with another question while other people Thank you, June. And it is because there's too much nonsense in the psychic and the mediumistic world. You know what I mean? It's you've got to look at it. Everybody's got the ability. It's how we develop that ability, how we discipline ourselves to go forward. And forget, can I tell everybody? I'm going to tell everybody a secret now, and this is a big secret. When you die, you don't become a spiritual master. That's the secret. Just because someone's in spirit doesn't make them any more spiritual than us. Just because they're in spirit, they're in a different vibration. It's energy. It's just a different vibration. So when people say, oh, my guide said this, my guide is on an elevated level, he is a master. Look at the message. Does the message sound ridiculous? If it's ridiculous, it's a load of, starts with C and ends in rap. There we go. There, the real me's coming out now, which are just at the end, coming to the end. The real, yeah, because look, we've all heard the nonsense that goes on, and the thing is, know a few people done jail time that are passed. Well, this one Millie was sentenced for 4.5 years, only done 3 years. Okay, and if I am with you, Millie, and this guy's telling it, you should also know someone this side that's doing a bit of coke, and I don't mean out of a can, because he's just shown me somebody doing a line like that. I like that, and they are, and this is the way he's giving me information. He's a bit of a lad. He's saying, I was a bit of a lad. nothing too bad, nothing too bad. But you know, it's a bit of a lad, got caught a few times, and he was always hyper, and he used to be on the stimulants as well. Also, I mean, look, I'm teetotal. I've never taken drugs. I don't teetotal. And thank you, Arlene, because we need a bit of straight talk, and we need a lot of the nonsense, because quite often people that are developing their abilities, certain people want to keep them down for some reason, and I haven't got a clue. I've only ever been given encouragement, so I can only know to give encouragement. The thing is, we tweak our abilities, and we fine tune them, and we practice them. But then people want to elevate different things and try to make it more mystical. You have to do this, you have to do that, and whatever. The thing is, we're all the same. We're all the same. No one is any better or any worse than anybody else. You can have that spirit contact. You can give a message. Oh, I know someone who's done time. Oh, right, Nicola. Oh, can I talk to you then? Because they did show me this, that, and the other, and them on the stimulants as well. You should also know someone this side, Nicola, that and smokes the. I have this a lot lately. I mean, they always say like attract likes, don't they, Richard? So, you know. There's someone this side that's on the wacky backy as well, Nicola. There's also someone that's quite. My dad's. Spend time in jail, not sure how long, and I don't know. Why have I got three? Why have I got three? Right. Which one of you can link with the birthday on the 2nd of September? Millie, can you link with the birthday on the 2nd of September? Because you've just come back up on screen. I've asked them to separate this. I'm saying, come on, time's going on. Come on. And it's as if they put me on a stimulant now just to sort of get me on my feet, are dancing away, this, that, and the other. And somebody that, what's that dance, Richard, that they do for fitness? Is it? Sam, that's it. Is it Zumba, is it? Zumba. And someone this side that does Zumba dancing. You can tell I've never done Zumba dancing. So. I need a new more. Can we do another question? Well, Zumba. Or Zumba. Right, Millie. Let me talk. Mum. Ah, right, okay. Did I say the 6? I don't know. Okay. Anyway. Right. Okay. Well, here we go, Millie. Okay. Now, when we're talking about abilities, okay, you have the ability to talk people up and to talk people down. So if someone's in a situation where they're getting a bit angry, and why did it, that word hungry, when someone gets a little bit, they need a bit of food and they get a little bit tetchy, someone this side that's like that as well, Millie. But this guy's saying that you have the ability to talk people down when they're a little bit angry and to calm them down. I don't know if you've ever been told this. Second, you said, yeah, I did say second, not the 6. Yeah, they can count, Millie. It was the 2nd, not the 6. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. I need someone who can take the 2nd. This is the problem. Sometimes they work me so fast. Ooh. Oh, yes, you do. Aha. Right. Okay. Right. And there's a lady now that's just drawn close, Millie. And it is the 2nd of September, not the 6th. There's a lady that's just close. I don't know if you notice, I come to the screen and I went back. There's a lady that literally, I'm not saying she was in a rocking chair, but she is showing me rocking in a chair. So whether it was a rocking chair or she just used to rock back and forth, and it was a bit of a comfort thing. And there's also a teenage girl, and she was 15 in spirit. Now, I don't know if you can link with that, Millie, or someone else, because my heart's just flipped a beat. My heart's just flipped a beat, I've been told. Who was the one with the contact with the Native American portrait? Rebecca. Can I speak to Rebecca, please? I can take some. Oh, right, okay. And Paula. I'll talk to you in a moment, Paula. Paula Mountain. Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute because you can take Sega. Rebecca, can I talk to you, Rebecca? Because I seem as if I'm flipping about there, and my heart just skipped a beat. And this young girl stepped in. She said she was 15 when she was passed, and then she showed me the image of the Native American lady there. And hopefully you should know of a 15-year-old girl in spirit, and she would, because what she's showing me is the Teenage Cancer Trust. So I know that it was cancer that she passed with, and it was, I was about to say specifically, but she stopped me. I thought I knew which cancer it was, but she just stopped me when I was, I know a 15-year-old in spirit. Teenage cancer. Abby, it's got to be teenage cancer. It's got to be teenage. She was my best friend. Oh, wow. Okay, Millie. Okay. Don't know why I was jumping from back to... Ah, right. If you can take this... Yeah. Yes, my best... Oh, right, oh, Millie, I am with you then. Okay. Right, Sheena, you put in... You saying I can, but you're not saying what you can take and what you can't. Can I just go back, Millie? Because she can take... Seems to be able to take it all. She had an illness that couldn't be stopped. Okay. Right, Millie. The thing is, because I've been jumping back and forth, and they showed me various different things in my mind. The thing is, that's a situation around you, Millie. Your mind is all over the place at the moment. It's as if it's jumping from pillar to post, and you want to do one thing, you want to do another. You're asking a question, then you're stopping yourself, and then you're getting a little bit uptight about something. Even so much at times, it's as if you get... I'm not saying you get anxiety, but you do get quite... Well, I am saying that you get a bit of anxiety because they show me that you get a bit anxious about the situation as well. There's also someone this side that's either, I don't know if it's a friend or someone close to you that's in a bit of a... She knew what was going... Oh, right, yeah, what it was. Okay. But hopefully you can get in a situation and you know someone that's in a fairly toxic relationship and has been a part in of the ways. That's what I've got to... And it's as if to say, a calmness needs to happen. And there's also a family birthday. Yes, back and forth. Yes, I do suffer from anxiety. Well, I'll tell you now, Millie, I don't know if you've ever been told this and whether you will admit to it or not, but you've got healing hands, young lady. You've got healing hands. Okay? And maybe you might not say, oh, no, well, no, maybe not. Whatever. I'd like you to do a little exercise now, this second. Just put your hands together like that. Okay? Just put your hands together like that. Just put them there. Feel the opposing magnets. Okay? And notice, they are just telling me, notice your right hand's getting a bit warmer than your left. Okay? That's what they've just told me for you to do. Okay? But you've got to get like that opposing magnet feel first, and then you'll notice that your right hand is getting a little bit warmer. You've got healing. See, you have got healing. You've got healing hands, Millie. Use it in your way, and you notice when if you're tactile and you put your hands on someone's shoulder, say, "Oh, that's ever so nice. Oh, that's nice. That's nice." You watch for that, okay? And if anybody wants any information on transfer of energy, it's simple. It's dead simple. I've got a strategy to do it with a photograph, And anybody that, quite often, and I'm not saying this is for you. I'm finished with you, Millie. Okay, I finished the message with you. No, this is a general thing for out there. General thing for out there. At some time, I'll be doing a bit of an energy transfer thing to do with fertility. Okay, in the future, very very near future. Yeah, oh wait, look at that. Yeah, okay, good. Have we got another question, please, Richard? Please. Commercial break. We should be back in 2 minutes.
Spiritual Psychics TV presents a wonderful evening of mediumship and trance. Our evening is hosted by Nick Brown with guests Bill Hughes, Glenda Marie, David Hale and Minty May. Our exciting event is being held at the Little Port Village Hall, which is in Ely. The date for our magical showcase is Saturday the 9th of September. The price is only £10, which includes refreshments. For ticket information, please visit myspiritualevents.com.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly or yearly fees. 100% free. Creates your own profile page. Add social media and other links. Add a mini gallery and a YouTube video. Rating, reviews and comments. Includes online booking and payments. So, if you're looking for a medium or a reader, even a church, maybe a healer, or any other spiritual service, then visit myspiritualdirectory.com.
Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, SPTV is joined by another guest who will be demonstrating their mediumship abilities by offering free readings to our viewers.
Hello again. We've got fantastic question from Jasmine. Question: are there any specific blocks I can work on or acknowledge to strengthen my gifts? Thing is, Jasmine, I don't call them gifts. They're abilities. So we put that one out of the way. I know a lot of people do call them gifts. And the thing is, quite often, we have these type of questions saying, oh, I've got this block, or I've got that block, or I feel blocked, or this, that, and the other. It's only us. Nobody else. It's only us that block ourselves. And if we put ourselves in a position to receive, irrespective of the ability that you want to develop or strengthen, you call it strengthening your gifts. I would say developing your abilities, or strengthening or fine-tuning your abilities. Because Jasmine, what you will notice, you know what your abilities are. Okay, you know them. And you might say, no, I don't. But you do. Okay? And it's not pie in the sky of the information that you've had, either from the people that work with you or your own psychic abilities. It's not pie in the sky. It's just that you need to recognize that you have to take a positive view and not a negative view. So if you take more of a positive view, your abilities will be more fine-tuned and they will develop more. If you take a negative view, it's not to say that you won't strengthen your abilities or fine-tune them, but if you take more of a negative path, then that's where we tend to block ourselves. I don't like the word block, because I don't think anybody can block us. You get mediums going to a church and they say, oh, there's a lot of people blocking me. oh, there's a lot of negative energy. And I think, you're talking a load of nonsense. It's you that's blocking yourself. When you get there, when you've got that link with spirit, nothing in front of you can block you. No negative energy, no negative thing can stop you working with spirit. No negative energy can stop you working psychically. You are in control of it. So I would say work on yourself, Jasmine, work on your positivity, and quite often just reset. I do a little exercise now because I'm a happy person, always happy, always happy. You know, I haven't morning to go, same as everybody else, but I'm always happy. And the thing is, when I find myself that I'm not in a positive frame of mind, all I do, I'll stop myself for about 5 or 10 seconds and I'll say to myself, reset. And then I'll bring up an image, a positive image that I've seen. Usually it's my granddaughter or my daughter nowadays, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be something else. I bring that positive image up and I've reset and I'm positive again. And you can do that all the time. As soon as you feel yourself going down, oh, there's a bit of a block, bring something positive, Jasmine. And I'll tell you, it'll work. And please believe what they've told you, because you know they've told you it, and it's not pie in the sky. Leave that with you. My pleasure, by the way. My pleasure. Have we got another question, please, Richard? Can more than one person share in the spirit guide? Look, yeah, of course they can. Of course they can, Stacey. If you want to call them spirit guides, call them spirit guides. The classic is Deb Clark. Brilliant medium, fantastic medium. She's a bit of a pain because she keeps on nagging me, but apart from that, she's a brilliant medium. We work together, and quite often we've worked on SBTV together. And our teams work in conjunction with each other. We've had it where Deb's turned around and said, oh, Marcus is going to finish that off. Or I've turned around and said, oh, over to you, Deb. And it's the same link. It's the same link, and it's the same person in spirit that's helping relay that information. Sometimes it will be, oh, I'll say something like this, that, and the other, and I'm missing the signals. So the person that's, or the team's working with me is working with Deb's and working with that team. And then Deb's will come up and say, oh, yeah, they just told me this and this, that, and the other. So yeah, again, I don't call them guides. But yes, the short answer to the question, yes, of course they can. And don't forget it's teams. For every one person that you recognize that might be working with you, there's a team behind them. Next question, please. Hopefully that came across all right. I'll have the emojis with all the hearts on as well. A few questions, a few weeks ago, I was in my bedroom, and all of a sudden my cousin tried to show himself to me, but I couldn't make out. It wasn't very clear. Does that mean I might have seen a ghost? Well, look, the thing is, you've already said, if you break this question down, Kelly, yeah, your cousin tried to show themselves to you. Okay, so you knew it was your cousin. You knew it was your cousin. So it really depends on how you were seeing it, whether it was trying to show you as physical phenomena, there's a lot of energy there, whether it was trying to show you a form, or they were using your clairvoyant faculty and you were projecting that image. So you already know it was your cousin, so you should have really, next time, maybe try to relax into it a little bit more. And, you know, it's difficult because we get the adrenaline running, but you've already said, all of a sudden, my cousin tried to show themselves, but you couldn't make it out. It wasn't very clear. Notice where your thought patterns were. Notice what feelings you had. Notice what sound patterns were about. Instead of trying to strain into it, quite often when spirit get close, they you know, you see like little twinkly bits and whatever. I always say, notice the height of them. You know, If they're only about 2 or 3 foot, then usually it's a child. If they're 6 foot, it'll be someone else. But then try to relax into it more, Kelly. Hopefully that answers your question. And don't forget, it's all energy. It's all energy. They use our energy as well. And they use our thoughts and everything else. Everybody says, oh, no, that's my own mind. Well, of course, it's your own mind. They use your own mind. They use your mind to get the information through. I woke up the other morning thinking my other half had sat up in the end of it. I sat up to talk to him and he wasn't there. Actually freaked me out. Why does it figure out, Nicola? Why does it figure out? You're coming on to SPTV, you know some of the things that are happening, then just, if you really got nervous, just say, go away. That's it. You know, we're in control. We're in control. So really, maybe what you should have said, I don't know who you are. I'll see where your thought patterns take you. If it did freak you out a bit, just say, oh, stop, that's it, and it's gone. Next question, please. Why do I keep on? Oh, wow. Yeah. I could tell you, Catherine. I could tell you. Yeah, I love that. I love it. Love it. Okay. Richard's just told me there's a new show coming on SPTV, which is Pneumology. So that will air. I love this question, Catherine. You will have to. I'm not trying to be evasive. When I tell you, Catherine, my birthday's the 22nd of the 2nd. You know why I saw 222. Okay, certain people, certain numbers mean certain things. Okay. 222, 333, 444, etc. It'll have to be up to you to research it a little bit more. I know why 222 is dear to me, and I know why I work with it, and why Divine Sparkle, Ricky and Tyler as well. If you showed them that, they would get excited as well. Do your research, Catherine. It's what it means to you. But I'll tell you now, all positive. Very much all positive. Have we got another question, Richard, please? Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. It means different. I was just talking to Richard, Catherine. He was just explaining a little bit. It will come out in the Pneumology show and everything else. And Richard just mentioned, to a lot of people, 222 means a lot about self-reflection and development and various different things. But you delve into it. It's very special, Catherine. I'll tell you now. It is very special, but it will mean slightly different to different people. But when you delve into it, delve into the depths of 222, you will love it. Love it. I know I do. How do some people see spirits through the mind's eye? I see them as a video playing in black and white, sometimes in colour, depending on show me. Yeah, exactly, Melanie. That's called clairvoyance. That's clairvoyance. And quite often, spirit, that's how they will. They'll show you like a little video clip, or they'll show you a scene, or they'll show you in a scene to get you to a particular point. That's a great explanation. Colours. Different people have, with colours, the depth of colour. Quite often, black and white means a lot of things. But what I would say, Melanie, is as they're showing you the video, please notice what's going on with your body as well. Okay? Because if they're showing you a video, quite often we can get lost in it. But it's also when they give you the feelings, that gives you what we call the fuller picture. Use the clear sentience of the nature. They give you one pain. You can tell everything that's wrong with them. They give you there's a gentleman that's just given me now a pain in my left toe, my left big toe. Right? He's just done it now, just as I'm explaining it. And I know that he had gout. I know that he had arthritis in his left hand, all by that pain in his left toe. And that he was on blood thinners. And that he died, because he just showed me a figure of 72. You might be able to take that person, you might not, and if it comes, all well and good. But that's what I mean when they're showing you the picture. Notice what's happening as well, because we miss those signals, and that's where the specific information is. We got another question, please. Oh, and he had a bad back as well, by the way. Well done. And the 4th of July, 4th of July means something, Melanie. Hello, Bernadette. Hello. Hi, Marcus. In my Indian culture, it's believed that bad and evil spirit can catch and possess them, and anything know. Load of nonsense, Chris. Load of nonsense. I don't know which culture you're from. If it's Muslim, it's jinns. I can see that you've got a bindi there. I don't know if it's Krish Pillai. So you might be Hindu. Possibly tell you. If you can tell me, I might be able to help. Sort of direct in there. If it's Muslims, they call them jinns. The problem is a lot of religions and a lot of things to do with spirits and ancestors is, they try to put things on mystical and bad or evil. So there's no such thing as an evil spirit in my mind. It's a spirit. It can be mischievous. It's not evil. There's evil people, and if people go to spirit, they might have, things around them, and they might try to influence this, that, and the other, but they can't catch or possess you. You are in control. You are. And if you want to say no, say no. But the problem is people don't want to say no. It's like a roller coaster when spirit comes quite often. If you're not disciplined, it's like a roller coaster. You're going up on that roller coaster ride, and you're going up and you're getting excited. You say, oh no, I don't want spirit. And then you want the excitement and the adrenaline to come. Instead of saying, whoa, I can't deal with this, go away, full stop, gone. But if you can tell me, Krish, I would assume it's Hindu. So Krish, I'll show you something, Krish. If it's Hindu, just give me an item that you can see in your room, and I'll give you a reading. And that's Hindu fortune telling. It's where you look at what's in and around your immediate place. Hindu it is, right. Give me an item then, Chris, if you can, that you can see in your room now at the moment around you. Just one item, and I'll show you something. Now, if you take it, Chris, Sai Baba. You take Sai Baba devotees. Mirror in your room, right? The mirror. Now the thing is, when I look at the mirror, and you look at the mirror in the room, it's a little bit about what Richard said about 222 and self-reflection. And you were going through a period at the moment, Chris, of self-reflection. It's because the peer pressure quite often, either within the extended family or things that are around you, you feel as if you're being judged unfairly. Oh, yellow, you are a Sai Baba devotee. Oh, wow. Ding. I'll take that as a yes then. Okay. Sorry, I'm teasing you, Chris. I'll tell you something in a second. But about this self-reflection, because you feel as if you're being judged either by your peers or by the family unjustly, you're feeling a little bit emotional and you're feeling a little bit cocooned. Like quite often when a grub is in like in a little cocoon, and what they have to do is the butterfly then has to break out and they have to metamorphosize and then change into that beautiful butterfly. Well, the thing is that this is the situation that's going on in and around you at the moment, where you get in that self-reflection and thinking, I want to flower. I want to flower. And the thing is, Krish, you will flower. And if you are a Sai Baba devotee, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about now, because the Sai Baba with the big hair, he used to send people to a place in Birmingham called ASH, the Association of Spiritualist Healers. And the thing is, when you're looking and linking into that energy and that transfer of energy, it's the more, well, the thing is, you are going to break out of it, Krish. You are going to break out of it, because they're showing me this beautiful butterfly. But that is Hindu fortune telling, where you look at an item in and around your room or your surroundings and start the reading along those lines. And the thing is, when you're growing and you're going forward, and going back to the original question, the thing is, especially within certain cultures, what it is, they use the doubts in people's mind, the doubts in people's mind to control them. And this is the problem, Chris. Quite often people just want that control, and you need to break out, just like that beautiful butterfly. And a butterfly does mean something to you, and also a sunflower means something to you, and also the 2nd of June is a birthday. Have we got time for another one? Yeah, I thought it was. Hope you can take that, Chris. Marcus, can you explain when you get an M on your right hand? I know it's my manifesting is working, and my friend is helping boost my manifestation. What do you mean, love and light? And also, nothing like this has happened before. What do you think of love and light, Madonna? Wow, that's a big question, isn't it? Madonna Valley. Manifestation, it works. Quite often, a lot of people don't realize the power of manifestation, because you could. Oh, thank you, Chris. Quite often, it's the motive behind the manifestation. In everything we do, it's the motive that's important. You know, somebody wants to manifest wealth. Yeah, you can manifest wealth. Manifest love. Yeah, a love interest. You know, sort of. You know, people go about. You know, years ago they used to do love potions and things of that nature, and they still do. And it's not to say that they don't work. It's because if you want to manifest something, or a love interest or a relationship interest, all it means is that person will be in front of you at some time, and then it'll be up to you to develop that. So what do you mean, love and light, an old soul? An old soul, you know, people look down at the baby and say, oh, this is an old soul. It really depends if you subscribe to reincarnation or not. Prisha that was just on, you know, yes, she does. How long does it take? How long's a bit of string, Madonna? Madonna Valley, how long's a bit of string? Well, what, you know, and if you're manifesting something, what's the reason behind it? And what's the end goal? And if the end goal is service and you want to serve, then you will find that it's not necessarily the end product's important, it's the journey important. And quite often with any manifestation, it's the journey along the way and the learning along the way that's the important thing. So, you know, I would say, careful of what you want to manifest. Look at the plan. To fail to plan is to plan to fail. So look at what the end goal and what the outcome is. People want to be healers. People want to be mediums. I haven't got a clue why people want to be mediums. I've not got a clue. People say, I am an old soul. I am a seed person. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. You're an old soul. So you subscribe to reincarnation. There's an argument for it. There's an argument against it. Because people believe that they have past lives and they have past life readings and everything else. That's fine. Other people would subscribe to say that that's part of your higher consciousness, and you didn't really live. Not saying I'm one way or the other. There's just an argument for it. There's an argument against it. Just because someone says something doesn't mean it is. And people think that if you say it 5 times, it becomes natural anyway, and that doesn't mean it's truth. So, you know, if you believe that you've relived and you're an old soul, that's fine. Me, phew, I'm Marcus. I'm this soul. I'm just here now. Hopefully that, I'd still say, careful what you want to manifest and what is the end goal. And if you are an old soul, then you will understand that the journey is the important thing, and it's always the motive. It's always the motive and the journey that's important. You know, it's all right, someone wanting something, manifesting something, but for what reason? You know, somebody wants to be a medium. Why do you want to be a medium? I haven't got a clue why anybody wants to be a medium. You know, they say, oh, I want to be a medium. I want to be able to communicate. Well, you can communicate without working like this or whatever. It's the journey along the way. Anyway, I think that. There we go. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. I've loved it. I'll be honest with you. I'm with so much energy. It's lovely. I love some of the questions. Really love some of the questions. But most importantly of all, I hope some people have taken a few tips of maybe how to recognize the signals that spirits send us, because quite often we do miss the signals, and you can develop your abilities in your way. And please just install a bit of discipline. And if someone says something and it sounds like nonsense, throw it out for the nonsense it is. And always remember, it's the message that comes from spirit that's important, not who is purported to say it. Oh, I'm working with this person. Who cares? It's the message that's important. Thank you very much, Nicola. Oh no, I didn't. You should have put Kelly up earlier. Hello, Kelly. Let me tell you, any booking secretaries on tonight, book Kelly. Thank you for. Oh, thank you, June. Thank you. Hopefully we'll meet soon, June. We'll hopefully meet soon. I don't know why I said that, but there again. Thank you very much, and don't forget to start sharing Spiritual Psychics TV with everybody, because we need to get it out there. Thank you, Spirit of Love. And back on tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Don't forget, sign on and start sharing with everybody. I hope you like my background, by the way, as well. I put a new background on tonight, you know, because I don't know why. Somebody had, you know, I had a little thought to do it 5 minutes. Krish, thanks very much for the question, Krish. It was great. McKay, I used to play rugby with someone called McKay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Catherine. And hopefully look into that 222. Get that cocktail out now. Oh, I want to miss that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Say again, Richard, sorry. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. And don't forget, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, SPTV will be back on. Okay. Night-night.